Welcome to the first lecture session on retailing. In this, we will discuss the characteristics of retailing, types of retailing, then functions of retailing, followed by the various types of retail stores. So, first, let's begin with the definition of retailing. As per Philip Kotler, retailing includes all activities involved in selling goods or services to the final consumers for their personal use. So we can define retailing as the distribution process of getting the goods either from the manufacturer or the wholesalers or through agents and then selling them to the end customers for their personal use. In simpler terms, retailing is the transaction of small quantities of goods between a retailer and the customer, where the goods are not brought for resale purpose. The retailer buys the goods at a cost price, then add up the other costs like cost of labor, equipment, distribution to it, and with a desired profit margin, they sell it at a higher price to the end consumer. So most of the stores like Walmart, Best Price, then Big Bazaar, Easy Day, all these are examples of retailing stores or retail stores, we can say. Then the online markets or online retailers like Amazon, Flipkart, eBay are also the examples for of retailing. Then even the restaurants which sell the food or the eating joints are also considered into retailing business. So retail management includes all these steps required to bring the customers into the store and fulfill their buying needs. So it makes retailing management makes a shopping a pleasurable experience and ensure that the customers leave the store with a smile and a full satisfaction. These are some of the characteristics that differentiate retailing from wholesaling and manufacturing. First one is direct contact with the customers. So retailing involves a direct contact with the end customer and are a mediator between the wholesaler and the customer or between the manufacturer and the customer depending upon the distribution type of distribution channel used. Then the retailers maintain good relations with the customers. They form a bond with the customers and help them in their purchase decisions. Next is stock small quantities of goods. So retailer usually stock small quantities of goods as compared to manufacturers or wholesalers where the storage is in bulk. The main reason for this small quantity of goods is a limited selling space. So retailers usually have a limited selling or a shelf space where only the goods or the stocks which are in demand are stored. Then the retailing involves multiple brands. So retailer usually stock different goods of different companies or brands according to the demand of the consumers. So retailers also form a link between the customers and the company. They act as representatives of the company to the end customers who can even give them feedback or suggestions regarding the product or a service. Next is shopping displays. So retailers decorate and display the goods in the store to attract the customers. The displays involves the display of price, the then offers or discounts. Next is last link. So this we know that retailer work as a last link in a distribution channel which starts from a manufacturer and ends at a consumer. And the last and the most important one is customer service and satisfactions. So this is the main characteristics or a feature of a retailer. So the customer, if it is in the hand of the retailer to satisfy or we can say to turn a customer into a loyal customer so that he or she should buy the products or should come again to your store. So retailing plays a very important role in providing a good customer service which leads to customer satisfaction and loyalty towards a particular brand or a store. So these are some of the characteristics of retailing. As we know that the basic function of retailers or retailing is to facilitate the sale of products and help the consumer in making the purchase decisions. So these are some of the other functions of retailing. First one is sorting. As we know that the manufacturer produce large quantities of a similar kind of goods and they sell their inventories to few buyers, or we can say to wholesalers. So while the consumer desire many varieties of goods from different manufacturer to choose from, so retailers has to maintain the various quantities of goods of different brands according to the customer needs. Next is breaking the bulk. As we know, the retailers buy the goods or the products from manufacturers or wholesalers in large quantities, but they sell to the customers in small quantities, so they break the bulk of products. Next is channel of communication. Since retailer involves direct contact with the end consumer, so it forms a link between the manufacturer and the end consumers. So if the manufacturer had to communicate anything to the end consumers or the customers, so the best person to or a best link is the retailer. So we can say that the retailer acts as a mediator between the company and the consumer and communicates the feedback given by the consumer back to the manufacturer or the wholesalers. Next is marketing. So retail stores are the final channels where the actual purchasing decisions are made by the consumers. So it's very important that marketing of the products or brands are done at a retail stores. Smart placements, banners, advertising, displays, offers, discounts, extra should be properly maintained within the retail store. Then is the delivery of goods to the end consumer. So this makes the shopping of all requirements quite easy for the consumers. This also facilitates the consumption and maximizes the customer satisfaction, because the company cannot take a responsibility of delivery the product to every single consumer. So retailers do this on the behalf of the manufacturers. And the last is generation of employment. So retailing, especially the we can say the brick and mortar stores like the Easy Day, More, Big Bazaar, Best Price, offer a great employment opportunity to the people, as they require many employees for numerous functions like stock receiving, then counter selling, packaging, after sales services, then floor management. Thus we can say that retail sector plays a very important role in providing employment to the job aspirants. So these are the functions of retailing, or we can say these are the basic objectives of retailing. As we have discussed, that retail is the final channel of distribution where small quantities of goods or services are sold directly to the consumer for their own use. So based on this definition and features of retailing, the retailing can be divided into 5 types. First one is store retailing. This includes different types of retail stores like departmental stores, specialty stores, supermarkets, hypermarkets, and convenience stores. The Big Bazaar, the Easy Day, More, and local Karyana stores are the examples of store retailing. I have discussed the types of retail stores in this video. Non-store retailing. Non-store retailing is a type of retailing where transactions happens outside the conventional shops, or we can say outside the store. It can be further divided into 2 types, that is door-to-door selling, which is known as the direct selling, or selling through automated vending machines, which which sells variety of products like chips, cold drinks, and water bottles to the consumers. Next is the corporate retailing. It involves retailing through corporate channels like chain stores, franchises. Corporate retailing focuses on retailing goods of only a parent or a partner brand. And the next is the internet retailing. Internet retailing, or we can say online retailing, works on a similar concept of selling small quantities of goods to the final consumer, but they serve to a larger market and does not have any physical retail outlet where a consumer can go and buy a product. Amazon, Flipkart, eBay are the examples of online retailing or internet retailing. And the last one is the service retailing. So retailers not always sell tangible goods. Retail offerings also consist of various services. When a retailer deals with these kind of services, the process is known as the service retailing. Various restaurants, hotels, bars, etc. are the examples of service retailing. So these are the different types of retailings. These are the various types of retail stores. First one is convenience stores. So they are the small stores generally located within the locality or near the residential premises and are kept open till late night. These stores offer basic essential items like food, milk, toiletries, eggs, bread, and other grocery items. They target the consumers who want to make quick and easy purchases. The local Karyana stores or the Verka outlets or the stores located near the petrol pumps are the examples of convenience stores. Then is the supermarket. So these are large stores with a high volume and low profit margins. They offer fresh as well as preserved food items, groceries, and basic household items. We can say in supermarkets, 70% of selling space is reserved for food and grocery products. The most common example of supermarkets are Food Bazaar, Easy Day, and more. Then is the hypermarkets. So they target consumers over larger area and offer share a space with the restaurants or coffee shops. They offer exercise equipments, then grocery items or electronic appliances to the consumers. The Big Bazaar, the Reliance Market, and Best Price are the examples of hypermarkets. Then is the specialty stores. So these retail stores offer a particular kind of product or merchandise such as home furnishing or electronic appliances to the consumers. They also offer high level service and product information to the consumers. The IKEA, which offers furniture items, or the Croma or the Reliance Digital that offer electronic appliances are the examples for specialty stores. Then is the departmental stores. So these are the multi-level, or we can say multi-product retail stores where the different items like food, clothing, and household items are sold. Most common example are the Bombay Store, the Meena Bazaar, Marks and Spencers, or the Shoppers Stop. Then is the factory outlets. So these are retail stores which sell the items that are produced in bulk or excessive quantity at a discounted price. These outlets are located in the areas which are close to the manufacturing units or is in association with the other factory outlets. Most of the common brands like Nike, Woodland, Extra sell through these factory outlets. And the last is catalog showrooms. So these type of retail stores are yet not popular in India. So these retail outlets keep a catalog or a pamphlet of products for a consumer to refer. The consumer need to select a particular product, write its detail, and hand it over to the salesperson who delivers that product to a consumer from a company warehouse. So these are the basic types of retail stores. So this was all for the introductory lecture on retailing. In the next lecture sessions, we will discuss various retail strategies, store location, retail store operations, then retail store design, followed by the retail pricing and some other important topics related to retailing. Thank you.